folks. Zion Hezekiah here, a.k.a. Hez. We're recording on Tuesday, February the 25th, 2020, and this is our Malcolm Miller episode.
Crew, corner three, bucket and book it for Miller.
That's episode number 13 of season 3, and this is Toronto Talk Sports and more. Yes, shout out to Toronto Raptors forward number 13, Mr. Malcolm Miller. All right, to my left, it is the one, the only Janelle Estaa. What's going on, Janelle?
I like the welcoming. What's up, Z?
You better like it. I'm good. And to my right, the one and the only Miss, or shall I say, Madame Abriella. Sammy.
Hello. Thanks
What's
for
happening?
having me.
Ladies, what's going on? How's life? What's
Nothing.
new and exciting?
A lot.
A lot. Well, please share. We have some time. All right, that's enough.
Yeah,
so, guys, for today's show,
you don't want to.
what's up, Jay? What's up? What's
Just
good?
a lot. That's all.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff?
Yeah, of course.
Everything's good.
Always being productive.
Excellent. The weather is good for now. Apparently, we're having a major snowstorm
I had no clue.
tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it's like tomorrow afternoon it starts.
Yeah.
Goodness.
So good old Toronto weather.
Yeah.
Who knows? It could be the last dash of winter for the season. That would be great,
hope.
but I wouldn't trust it. I understand that at some point, I think in the 60s, it snowed in the month of June in Toronto. Apparently. So
Wow.
I'm telling you guys, anything is possible. Abriella, what's new? What's going on?
Not much.
I like the
Just,
nails.
oh, thank you.
Can we get a close up on those
no,
nails,
don't
cameraman?
do
No.
Just recovering from the Kobe Memorial.
Yes,
Yeah,
that was
it
very
rough.
touching.
I had like an emotional hangover today.
Oh,
I think.
wow. Yeah.
Wow,
Like,
that
woke
must have
up so
drained you.
sad.
Was there
Oh,
one
yeah.
speech in particular that really moved you?
Jordan.
MJ.
Yeah, that was. I think the whole thing was just so well done.
Yeah.
Like the performances, even like Alicia Keys.
Oh,
like,
yeah, big time.
Just like the way it went, all like I feel like everyone just
Beyonce opening up.
wanted to be the best they could be for that
Yeah.
moment, and it was just like a lot, but really good. But yeah,
Absolutely.
Jordan's speech, I was crying the whole time.
Sure, for sure. Very touching, very
Yeah.
moving, and great that they were able to do that at Staples. So, guys, I thought we would have a little bit of fun here with our intro segment. I am blessed to be joined side by side by two very beautiful ladies, if I may say so.
Thanks, Steve.
Yes, you're welcome. So we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna, I'm gonna allow both of you to ask me any question. Not a personal question. Generally, we're talking relationship stuff here regarding men, and I'll try to give my take from a man's standpoint.
But you're not representing all.
I am not. I do not speak
Just
for
a
all men.
disclosure.
Only
Okay,
99.9% of them. But so why do men? So that's going to be our lead-in. So you're going to ask me a question.
Many.
Zion, I just really want to know. I've been dying to know, why do men blank, blank, blank? So feel free to let it flow. Who wants to go first?
No, you have to go first.
All right,
I
Esther.
have a really tough one. I don't know if there's a straightforward answer to this, but
Well, I'll try my best.
yeah, well, why not? I was thinking, why do men don't realize what they have when they have them?
Wow, that is a good
That's a
one.
good question.
So that's
See, I was
a great
careful.
relationship question, Janelle. From my perspective, I don't know if that's specific, exclusive towards men, but obviously in the context of the question that
Yeah,
you're
just in
asking,
general.
I'll
No,
answer
it's
from
men.
a.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
so
men.
it is men. Okay, well,
Men.
hey.
I can confirm it's
Okay,
men.
so it's been confirmed right here, ladies and gentlemen. So I've never been in that boat. I've had, very good relationships, and I like to believe that I've always appreciated, what I've had in front of me, my partners, that I've had.
You're
and obviously the
rare.
wife that I have now.
That's
I am a
true.
rare
You're
breed, aren't
rare.
I? Thank you very much. I think it's one of those things where, it's just the element or the nature of human beings, and obviously we're talking men, so I'll try to keep it, exclusive to men. Taking people for granted. You know what I mean? You're in the relationship. Obviously you see the person's good side, you see their bad side, you see, the light, the dark, this, that, and the other. And sometimes it is just that nature that you don't know what you have until it's gone.
hits
you know
you.
what I mean? Until it's gone. It is an unfortunate thing, and I've seen those situations before. And from a man's standpoint, yeah, I have a lot of female friends that have had relationships where it wasn't until after the fact that,
Yeah.
the man came back and realized, hey, I messed up. I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done that. I had a good girl or whatever the case.
Until a point, it's like too late. You're like,
Yeah. So I can't pinpoint and say why men do that. Like, honestly, like I don't actually have an answer to that question. I just think it's part of that human nature where unfortunately, at times, we just have a lack of appreciation. And it's not just in relationships as far as romantic relationships. It could be in friendships. You have a good friend, someone who's always there for you, who has your back or whatever. And sometimes it's that human nature where we take advantage of people and will lie, steal, cheat, and, stab people in the back and whatever, just not really appreciating people for who they are. It's unfortunate. It's sad.
So it's at different levels.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah, makes sense.
Abriella, now I'm on a roll. What you got?
Okay, I don't know if my question is super straightforward, so
Why
I
do
might
men?
have
I
to
know.
explain. But why do men take a woman more seriously when she says, I have a boyfriend, like they'll leave her alone, rather than if she just says, I'm not
So,
interested?
guys, this is episode number 14, and that's it for. Oh boy! Now we're really bringing the lightning
You,
and
do you
thunder.
get what I'm asking?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So it's that level of persistence you're talking about.
Yeah. So if I say I have a
But she's in a
boyfriend,
relationship,
you'll leave me
yeah.
alone. But if you say I'm not interested, they don't take you seriously. They keep persisting and persisting and persisting.
But you don't want them to. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So say that again. So if you have a boyfriend, they'll leave you alone.
Yeah.
Interesting, because a lot of guys actually
Actually, the
don't.
opposite. I feel,
So I've-
I feel
okay,
like when
so-
you're
Maybe that's-
taken,
maybe your
they're more
personal
Maybe
persistent.
persistent.
my experience. So this is why I figured I
Right,
might
so
have
when
to
you're in a
explain.
relationship-
So basically, if there's a guy and he's asking me, like persistently asking, right?
Sure.
And then I'm like, I'm just not interested, or I don't have time, or I'm focusing on my career. That's like not a good enough answer. They'll just keep persisting. But if I'm like, no, like I have a boyfriend, they're like, oh, okay, all right, okay, never mind.
So I'll tell you guys this. My experience as a man, and not necessarily personally, but just from what I observe, and obviously, I know a lot of guys, men are persistent regardless. So regardless of if you have a man, regardless of what the excuse is, on my busy schedule, my work life, whatever it is, if a man wants a woman, so here's the thing. If there's no one of these, if there's no ring
But if
on
I'm
the
telling
finger,
you no, what does it matter if there's a ring or not?
See, here's the thing. So everything, and this is the way I look at it, is an element of sales. There's always sales. And what do they say in
I don't
sales?
like that.
ABC of sales, right?
like
Always
that. Be
be
closing.
closing,
Yeah.
right? So no, but seriously, it's one of those things where, you're persistent. If you have, a target, you have a goal in mind, you have something that you want to obtain, acquire. I'm not saying that a woman or a piece of property, anything of
Sounds
that
no
nature.
good.
No, but this is the nature of a man. This is the way that a man would think, right?
They're natural hunters. That's
Oh,
what they are.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So if it's a situation where, once again, a young lady, a woman is not married, as a man, our mindset is that there's a level of availability there. She's available. She's open. And just because a woman says that I'm not interested, I'm too busy or whatever, I mean, a guy is still going to be persistent because he's going to believe that he's going to try at least some way, somehow, to show you something so that you'll free up your time. He wants to prove himself to you. Yeah, it's that element of, persistence and, I'm going to show her. And yeah.
I don't like it.
But the funny part is the ones you want to be persistent are not persistent.
Yeah, but I'm not telling them I'm busy.
And the ones you don't want, you're
So
like,
they
I'm like, no, I'm
say.
really, really not busy.
So, but let me ask you this, Evan. So is it a situation where these are men, like generally speaking, that you would just never have any interest in a relationship standpoint? Are you just kind of letting them down too easy, or are you just, there's no interest at all?
No, sometimes it's the truth. Like I'm busy right now, and I don't have. I'm not
if
prioritizing.
otherwise, if
this.
you weren't busy, then there could be a possibility.
Maybe, but that's
No,
not
in
my
a nice
priority
way.
right now.
So let me ask you this: so when
Don't
they
lie,
when they do persist, when they do persist, how do you usually respond?
Well, I guess the situation.
You let
See,
them know
are
how
you shutting
annoying-
it down? That's the thing.
That
conversation?
I would say 9 times out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm shutting it down.
Because
Yeah.
there's a way to, just kind of break all
Yeah.
barriers and just, not respond to messages.
Oh
or
yeah,
not-
I'm good at that.
Yeah. And usually phones have like a block feature or whatever it is, right? Or the worst thing that you can do, and ladies, don't do this. I know some girls who do this, where let's say if a guy's being, overly persistent,
Yeah.
he's obviously crossing a particular line. I know y'all screenshot the conversation, put it up in your IG stories or whatever the case, or put it up on Twitter and tag the guy in it. I've seen girls do that. And don't get me wrong.
Not to the public.
Just
to my best friend.
Sometimes some guys may deserve that.
My best friend knows.
Just in the group chat.
If they're going a little bit too far. We've seen that. Listen, guys, this is a lot of fun. TTS, why do men? I'm sure you have a lot of other questions, and perhaps we'll do this again sometime. So lots of fun. Guys, let's get to today's show. So once again, this is episode number 13 of season 3. We're actually going to have some Maple Leaf talk. So it's been a while since we've chopped it up and talked about our hometown Toronto Maple Leafs. We don't necessarily have a lot of good things to say about the Leafs, but they're still relevant. They still are, it's still Toronto. So let's chop it up and talk, see what's going on with the Maple Leafs and how they can get out of their funk, out of that little slump. And then we'll talk some basketball, some NBA. So it's the stretch run now, obviously leading up towards the playoffs, well past the trade deadline and obviously the All-Star break. So we're going to do a little thing called Pretenders versus Contenders, where we're going to look at the top 10 teams in the NBA. And we'll just kind of see, hey, is this team a pretender or are they a contender? So we'll check that out. And unfortunately, there's actually no and more segment today. We did have a guest book today, but we had to do a cancellation at the last minute. So that's pretty much it for the show, unless we throw in something else as a surprise. So stay tuned. Thanks for joining us. We love you guys. Once again, this is episode number 13 of season 3, and you're tuned into Toronto Talk Sports and more.
Thank you for watching. Please click the like button and leave us a comment with your feedback. And don't forget to subscribe with notifications to see more engaging and interactive content. Toronto Talk Sports and more. For the love of the Six, let's connect.